Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we are at the National Sports Center for a NACRA qualifier, Caribbean Championship qualifier between Bermuda and USA South. We are having the introduction of the players to the U.S. Consul. Prior to the kickoff, he's been introduced to the Bermuda team first. The USA South, Bermuda is very familiar with. We've played them over a couple of games, traveling over there, and looking smart in their usual U.S. colors, red, white, and blue. Bermuda looking very smart in their all blue with a little bit of white strip. Some very familiar faces amongst the Bermuda team, some veterans of the side, Chris Naylor, Tom Healy, Mr. Dobinson. Nice to see some young new faces in the team, Antonio. But nevertheless, some experienced brains on the Bermuda side. Some might say a little bit long in the tooth. Also, Mr. Patrick Richardson out there. Started his rugby at age of 14. I'll be introducing the officials in a moment. Now he's moving along the U.S. team, being introduced by their captain. And in a moment, we'll be having the national anthems. I need Bermuda side, so you can get Bermuda side. The captain for the U.S. team is number 7, Derek Wolf. Captain for Bermuda, past a few encounters, Peter Dunkley, number 8, very experienced player, many campaigns with the Bermuda squad. Actually been winning captain for the past 2 Caribbean championships. So I'm sure he'll be marshalling the troops. Thomas Greenslade, jumping up and down there, getting ready. Looks like Chris Nail's got the ball in his hand, ready to kick off.
Let's go, Andre. Let's go. Let's go, Bermuda. Let's go, nice. Come on.
Young Andre Landy in his yellow boots, orange boots. Very speedy winger, very nifty little player, very strong. Really looking to make an impact, I'm sure. Chris Naylor to kick off. And here we go, Bermuda versus the USA South. First tackle, big number, second row there, number 5 crashes in for the USA. Number 5 is Brendan Smith. USA taking it up again, short, around the breakdown. Now they're moving it out wide. They fancy their chances. They're gonna test Bermuda's back line. Good tackle there in the middle. It's brought down, ruck is formed. Looks like the US have got it back to the side. Again, some short stuff around the end. A little missed tackle there. Bermuda calling for reinforcements to the left. Now they're moving it to the right. They see a little bit of an overlap there. Little jink in the middle. And it's taken down by the Bermuda center. Oh, a little bit of a pass up the middle there. Short pass. Bermuda got to roll away here. Don't want to concede any penalties. Again, another little trying to wear them down around the fringes. Little shovel pass there, short. Bermuda still waiting, looking for that. Oh, Chris Naylor going for the ankle tackle. Just missed it.
No penalties. No penalties.
There we go, and the ball's down again. Bermuda fighting for that ball. Steal the rocks again, taking it short, taking it short. This is about the 7th phase. Big Darren taking it in, big number 5, taking it in again. Almost got turned there. And now it looks like they're going to move it wide. They're going to test Bermuda out on the fringes. Little loop pass there. Good tackle there by Tom Edwards. Looks like he's seen a bit of effects of that too. He's a little slow getting back in position. I think he may be dazed a bit, but the U.S. still in possession. Possession is the key to this game. Bermuda defending fiercely here. Oh, and they've got a bit of a break, and it's out wide. Bad pass after about 10 phases. Bad pass there by number 5. The lock, Brendan Smith for the USA. A little bit of Captain Dockery. Looks like he's taking a knock to the eye, a little bit of blood. Furious start there for the U.S., just testing Bermuda's mettle, taking it short. Bermuda coming in, having to make a lot of tackles and stop them. Some good defense there. From the initial kickoff, they've only managed to get the ball about 20 yards, 10 yards into Bermuda territory this time. As Mr. Dunkley gets attended to, Chris Naylor having a word with Thomas Greenslade, Darren Richardson. Been having a word from our lady touch judge. I'll find her name out in a minute. Just waiting for an official list. First time the USA South has visited Bermuda. It's been something we've talked about for a while. We've been up to their side of or across the pond to them a few times, so we are glad to be hosting them. As Mr. Duckley gets taped up here and the blood stopped and flowing, the referee would have stopped his watch. A little bit of stoppage time. Small but enthusiastic crowd of rugby enthusiasts amongst us. Hopefully looking for a Bermuda win. This would bode well for our campaign of three-peating as Caribbean champions. It's taking a bit of time. He may have had a blood sub, but Mr. Dockley, the captain, is just a little bit too valuable, I think, to be off the park at the moment. Our hooker for the day, number 2, Eric, getting ready to throw the ball in. If you find me referring to the Bermuda players by their first name, I don't have a Bermuda team sheet at the moment, so I just know them by the first names of playing against them over the years. As soon as I get one, I'll be able to give you their surnames. A few notables that I do know their surnames. So a bit of a delay here. Mr. Duckley has a change of jersey as well. He's wearing number 23 now. Maybe he's sending his jersey over to get laundered a bit. All right. So our prop, it's actually wearing the hooker's number. Throwing in the ball. Oh, and it's missed. And Chris Naylor collects. And away Bermuda's in his first offensive move of the day. And they've won it. And we have, lost there by Dubbo. Paul Dobinson, just a little nerves that maybe, but he's a veteran, he should know better than that. And Bermuda seemed to have won it back. No, a referee deems he came in from the side. And Bermuda gets penalized. I think the U.S. will try to get some points on the border. Yes, they are. They're indicating it's always good psychological advantage to get points on the board first. We're only some maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the game after that blood sub, which took a while to get sorted out. And just get this jersey number. It looks like number 10, the fly half for the USA South. Number 10 out has is Lucas. Oh, I hope he doesn't tell me off for messing up his name. Bastrocci. Obviously a little bit of Italian in him there. Of Italian descent. It's struck very well. It looks like it's going. Yes, and it is successful. Nice easy stroke there. He's been practicing in his kicks 2 hours before the game, so the USA move up. 3 points, Bermuda 0. I have it some 5 minutes gone, elapsed time. And Bermuda will be kicking off again. Chris Naylor, nice long one this time. And into contact number 7. Knocks Aldo Campbell back a bit. Aldo sporting his mohawk look. And again, Bermuda taking him a little high there. They need to go below on the tackles, take those legs away. Oh, and it's a terrible pass. The ball's dropped. And Bermuda seemed to have recovered. No, yes. Is knocked on by the referee signaling knock on advantage to Bermuda. So they'll come back. Tom Healy tried a little cheeky chip over the right-hand corner. But the referee, he saw the referee signaling advantage for Bermuda. So it was a free ball, basically, a free play. They would have come back anyway if they didn't get an advantage, which they did not. The USA covered that little chip over. So they'll come back to the scrum now, the first scrum of the match. And Bermuda definitely want to try to win this one. See if they are the dominant force. And that first scrum collapsed. Tom Healy ready to put the ball in. A little bit of a shove there by the U.S. They definitely look like they're a little larger man for man. Oh, here we go. And the ball is now being moved. Little chip through. Antonio Warner flies down the wing. Looks like the ball was chipped out by the U.S. I can't see the signal from the linesman. He's retrieving the ball, but and Antonio Parent-Chief, I'm getting everybody's name, number 14, young up-and-coming winger. Maybe small in stature, but very fleet of foot. And it was a knock-on, looks like it, so Bermuda will get the put in about 8 meters out from the USA's line. This is a chance for them to score here. To win this. A big shove there by the US. Bermuda, good drive going forward. And the ball comes out. Oh, a little bad service. Big Alan Thompson runs into a wall of red shirts. Bermuda still win the ball. Tom Healy gets it. It comes out wide again. One more time. Andre, oh, he's just stopped short. Bermuda still in possession. Again, looks like Bermuda trying to do a little bit of an expansive run here. Darren Richardson pounds it in, trying to disrupt this American defense. Peter Dunkley takes it in. Still about 5 meters out. Bermuda still in possession. And it comes again. Long ball. Oh! Thomas, big tackle there by the USA center. And it was held on by the US player, did not roll away. Thomas taking a big hit there. He made a big tackle earlier and seemed a little unsteady on his feet. He seems to have recovered. Took a big tackle that time. Thomas Edwards getting back position. So Bermuda now has a chance to tie the score. Andre Landy once again, he's got a good boot on him. Lining up his kick. That was a good attacking series there from Bermuda. Just didn't move the ball quick enough. Didn't have enough space on the outside. The U.S. closed them down rather quickly. Andre Landy taking a few deep breaths, telling the U.S. to keep still, the referee. And a little chip shot by Andre. And he misses it wide. Oh, and it's been knocked on by the U.S. player. You cannot knock the ball on if somebody's shouting from the sideline in the dead ball area. So Bermuda don't get that one back. Little easier angle for Andre, but nevertheless, he's just a little wide. And the U.S. kickoff from the 22, and it's a big jump there. Conor McGlynn, first one to the contact. USA fancy the chances again, close. And big kick. No, little chip over the top. Gonna test Allen. Oh, nice little jink by Allen. And he's gone again. And Bermuda on the attack. Ball's out to the wing. Oh, Thomas Edwards just gets put down as he's trying to pass the ball. And it's thrown forward there by, yes, good attacking try there by Bermuda. Alan Thomas just jinked past the defenders, found a gap, found a seam, popped the ball out to Mr. Edwards, and just as he was passing the ball, it slipped forward out of his hands, looked like it, so it'll be a scrum down, USA ball. Bermuda been threatening for the past 5 minutes or so. Oh, and a free kick's been awarded to the United States. Again, Bermuda was a little slow to react getting back there, but nevertheless, Darren Richardson gets his boot on it, chips it through, hacks it through. Big USA player there. Oh, and it's blocked. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky there by the Bermuda defender. Got there right on the boot. If that ball would have bounced the wrong way, it would have been an easy try. Oh, and the big prop takes it in, is driving forward. Oh, and he loses it forward there. Referee didn't see it. Yes, he did see it. He saw the ball go forward, the big USA prop. See his number from here. Looks like he's number 1, yes. The prop for the United States. The loose head prop, Chad Hayes. Just as he got tackled, the ball popped forward. Again, in rugby, you cannot lose the ball forward. It goes over to the defending side in the scrum, so the Bermuda will get the scrum. Hopefully, this fairly humid afternoon will wear the U.S. team down a little bit more than it does the Bermuda side. We're more familiar with these temperatures than they are this time of the year, I think. But they hail from all parts of the United States South. I think the team's made up of players from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So they don't play regularly together. They get together now and then in camps or get together just prior to a tournament such as this so they can familiarize with each other. And that's a major part of any team is continuity and synergy. When you play together for a long time, you know how people move, how they run, where they're going to be. It makes a big difference. And Chris Naylor just needed a little bit of attention there. He's putting in a few tackles. Chris is not known for his big tackles, but I think he's going to make a valiant effort today. He does get up for big games. He's calling out the play. Bermuda have the ball. Looks like they're lining up for a bit of a rangy split there, if I know these moves. No, it's a rangy, just a simple rangy back inside. Forwards know that the ball is coming that way, so they'll be in the support. And it's out to Andre. He lets it bounce once. A low chip over. If he gets a generous bounce. Yeah! Oh, just unlucky there. The ball bounced the right way. The ball runs the right way. The referee was there. The touch judge, the assistant referee was there. She's having a word with the referee because he was unsighted. And it's he didn't get any downward pressure on the ball. Unfortunately, was knocked on. He was knocked on a little, by Andre as he attempted to put that ball down, and it'll be a 5-meter scrum to the United States. So some exciting stuff coming from Bermuda here. We're taking our chances. We fancy our chances. We're really putting the pressure on the United States. We've been down in this half now for the past almost 10 minutes. I think we'll put some pressure on them here. Oh, the ball was out. And the big number 3 picks up. No, number 8. Pick and drive there. Again, U.S. bashing it in, just trying to move the ball up the park. And looks like the tip is, no, it's still in. Tom Healy, oh, just gets a foot out. Just gets a foot out. As he popped that ball back inside to Andre. Just a little miscommunication there. 2 of them were sitting there trying to get the ball. I think just got in each other's way, but nevertheless, valiant effort. It'll be USA's lineup, their first line out, so this is the second line out of the game. Oh, and a big jump. Oh, it came off his foot. And he's turned. He's lost that ball. Oh. The referee said that the Bermuda player did not roll away. He was stuck on the wrong side, Mr. Duckley. But the U.S. player definitely was caught on his wrong side and held onto that ball a little bit. The referee is unsighted, but so the U.S. get a penalty and they put it down the park about 30 yards out. So the score remains USA South 3, Bermuda 0 after some sustained pressure there by the Bermuda team. And it looks like it's a 4-man line out by the USA South. They've got their big boys out just past the fly half. And, oh, it's a bit of a bad pass. And it's a free kick to the USA South. And they've outnumbered her. They've got Bermuda outnumbered. Oh, and it's a good tackle there by Andre. He stayed there. They held on to that ball a little bit too much, USA South. Bermuda's got to wake up here. A little slow to react. A little slow to react to the referee's whistle. Again, they're trying to short stuff. It's popped forward. Time off, referee says. Something didn't happen that was supposed to happen. The touch judge comes in. Have a word with the referee. There seems to be a lot of things happening on this side of the park. Consulting with, and I'll find her name out. This is a first for Bermuda. Well, we had a referee 2 years ago, lady referee from Canada, and I believe her name is Susan. I'll find out her full name in a minute. Our referee, our touch judge this afternoon. So the referee, touch judge Susan for the time being, has saw something she didn't like, so she's signaling it to the referee, and he's going to have a word with the captain and the offending player. Looks like number 5 for Bermuda, Darren Richardson. So it's going to be a penalty. And they haven't signaled post yet. Yes, they have. USA elect their chances, fancy their chances with the boot. Number 10, Lucas Bastracci. I think I've got that right this time. And he's I would say about 26 yards out. Wind in his favor. Probably put this one to the outside post and hope the wind will bring it in a bit. The wind's blowing straight down the park from north to south. And it's looking good if it's got the legs. No, he just missed it wide left. So it'll be a 22 dropout for Bermuda. Little unfortunate there, but fortunate for Bermuda. After having some sustained pressure on the USA end, a little unlucky on a couple occasions in not scoring a try. They get all the way down in their 22, and US were given a penalty and they missed it. So the score remains 3 points to 0. United States South 3, Bermuda 0, and that's a nice kick there. Nice high kick. Well collected there by the USA player. Bermuda didn't put too much pressure on. Again, they're taking it into contact, and it looks like they've lost it onto their side. How they got that one back, I don't know, and a little bit of a dribbler there. The referee said that the Bermuda player's a little anxious and slipped forward, so penalty awarded against Bermuda. And the captain, number 7, points towards the post, Derek Wolf. So Brendan's been a little bit, sorry, not Brendan. Lucas has been 1 and 2 is his record so far. This is a better angle. Looking at the full post, maybe some 40 yards out now. Better angle, and he's got a good boot on him. I saw him practicing earlier, as I said. That Johnny Wilkinson type stance that he's famous for, and he pushes that one wide. So another 22, a little unlucky there for the U.S. is slotted one from, he likes the harder shots, seems like it. Slotted one from the far left initially, Nice miss too, so score remains 3 points to United States South, 0 points for Bermuda. Things have cooled down a bit now this afternoon. This is, I'm sure, preferred by most of the players on the park. A little bit of a more favorable kick, but again, Bermuda didn't get up and contest that one. The hooker from United States, the ball was out. Aldo Campbell trying to collect the one, just knocks it forward. USA South collect. The hooker, Eduardo Herrera, just a little lucky losing that ball forward, and out it comes again. A little bit of a bad pass there by the center, but nevertheless, a little jinkiness from number 13, number 12, sorry, for the USA. Big number 8 takes the ball into contact. Kirk Swainer, number 7, into contact. Dusty. Good hit there by Dusty. Ball's out. Oh, good tackle there by number 5 out. Oh, Darren Richardson. USA holding on to that ball. Or no, Bermuda had a clean shot at it. USA player held on to it, so Bermuda will get a penalty. This would be a good series for Bermuda, holding them out. The US have been camped down here for about 4 or 5 minutes. Chris Naylor puts a boot to it, over towards the broadcast van. So Bermuda will get the throw in from this line out. Bermuda looking smart in their blue Viper Amlin shirts, sponsored by Amlin. Viper wear, sponsored by Amlin. And it's, oh, a little bit over the top. That was a mistake by Bermuda. Number 7, legs pumping, going forward. Oh, and the referee saw something he didn't like. Diving over, this is a signal. The US player going over the top of that breakdown. You have to stay on your feet. You just can't fall and flop on top of the breakdown. You have to stay on your feet and force the opposition players over. So the referee saw the US player come in and just fall down. Chris Naylor, the duty of advancing the ball by kicking it into touch again. And he gets a little bit more distance this time, but the important thing is that he got it into touch. So,
I'll come back to you when he comes back. He's going to try again.
tell him, hey, Donald, tell him I sent you. Okay, and a little bit of a water break. The referee has allowed water breaks because it's very humid, every 20 minutes, I believe, or so. And there'll be a quick drink of water. So Bermuda will have a little quick chat here and regroup. Again, we're still in this very close game. Some 20 minutes gone, and the score is 3 points to the USA South, 0 points to Bermuda. Patrick, have you found out her name?
Peter doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. And Bermuda get the throw in right on the 50-meter line. And change of positions. Aldo Campbell's moved to the front, and Mr. Dunkley comes. Mike Williams.
Hey, he's got to release the tackler.
Oh, hands all in there, and the referee saw it. The referee was there. It's a ruck. He can't use his hands. The referee saw it, but he actually called here in possession. So Nails puts a bullet down the side. We seem to be advancing up the park in a bit. Let's see if we can sort out our line out now. That was a little messy, just a little messy, but nevertheless. The warehouse. No. When you go up Pitch Bay Road, on the left-hand side is BGA, and the right-hand side is Boris and Lipo Warehouse.
Pitch Bay Road.
Yeah. Possession. All right, just having a little technical difficulty with my microphone. And Bermuda, we've been awarded a penalty there. The United States look like they're diving over the top. So we have a better angle to kick this at. Mr. Andre Landy, sorry, had a little mental lapse. Andre Landy has the kicking duties. Looking to even up this match. It's got maybe a 38-yard kick straight at the post into the wind a bit. It's blowing about 15 knots, so it shouldn't affect the ball too much. And it's on its way, and oh, he pushes that one to the right again. So Andre's had the distance on both occasions, just put it to the right. So the USA get let off the hook there again. Bermuda so close to scoring a couple of times, and it's a long kick to Andre Landy, number 11. And Andre crossing there. Referee deemed that he ran in front. There was a player in front of Andre, and he ran behind him, so it was a crossing. Penalty, you're not allowed to run behind your player. So USA kicker, number 10, Lucas. I'm going to mess his name up again. But Strachey advances the USA down the park. The hooker, number 2, Eduardo Herrera. And it's a good clean catch there. Down he comes. Big number 1 comes in to add some weight to that. It's still looking a little scrappy. Bermuda contesting, pushing them backwards. That's looking pretty good. A ruck has formed. He goes to the ground. Bermuda's not involved in this play. He's cleaned out. And I'm not quite sure what happened. Knock forward, referee says. Looked like the ball was knocked forward. And our touch judge is having a busy time on the right side. Seems to have a bee in her bonnet against the Bermuda side. Looks like she's explaining to the referee somebody on the Bermuda side it was an infringement. Oh, and the card's coming out. Mr. Dockley gets a yellow card. So Bermuda's going to have to play now with 14 men, as the captain, Peter Dockley, has been penalized for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that was for. And he's going to have to cool his heels for the next 10 minutes on the far side of the park, and the time starts when he sits down. So the USA, with their penalty, advance the ball down the park within the 5-meter line. So it'll come a USA line out there, very dangerous for Bermuda. We really got to pick things up here and get out of this end of the park. That's going to concede a few more points. And that's a good throw and a catch by the USA. I think that's a little catch and drive. Yes, they've got all their man in. A good bind there. Bermuda trying to defend. Shifting it to the left-hand side. USA stealing possession. They move it to the other side again. Then somebody peels off. It's held up. The referee said the ball was held up. You didn't see him place it on the ground. You have to get downward pressure in order to score the try. And he's going to go consult the nearest touch judge. And then touch judge said it was knocked forward there by the USA. Was it knocked forward? That's a signal for knock forward. So it's going to put in to Bermuda. So we got off there a bit. Still in a dangerous position. Still in a very dangerous position. Camped out on our 5-meter line. So Bermuda, I think, really like to put this ball down the park if they win it cleanly. And there we go. It's good, clean. And ball bobbled forward there by Thomas Healy. Unlike Thomas, could not collect that ball from the back of the scrum. And bobbled it forward. The USA player picked it up and fell over the line. So the score moves forward now to USA 8, Bermuda 0. Unlikely mistake there by Thomas Healy. And he's appealing to the ref. He maybe said he was held. He didn't have the ball in his hands when the USA player cleaned him off of it. But nevertheless, Thomas, who normally has some fairly safe hands, just gave up a little bit of a try. And that try was scored, the first try of the game was scored by number 7, the captain for the United States, Derek Wolf. And the conversion kick is good, so the score is now 10 points to the United States and 0 points to Bermuda. Bermuda behind the 8 ball now. They're going to have to step it up a bit before the first half. There's still plenty of time left to play in this first half. And Bermuda hamstrung a bit by having their captain, Peter Dockley, sent off for 10 minutes, so he should be coming back on just before the half finishes. Long kick by Bermuda, and number 7, the try scorer, takes it into contact. Again, stopped short, stopped very hard there. And a terrible pass there. Terrible pass there by the outside center to the winger, and one of the USA players, looks like the number 5, complaining that he was held. And Bermuda get the throw in. So let's see what we can do here. Aldo Campbell in his uncommon haircuts today takes jumping duties at the front, and Bermuda win that one back. The USA elect not to put any pressure on them. And it's a bomb to the right. So Bermuda trying some stuff short around the edge. And again, they go short. The USA meet them, driving them backwards a little bit. Bermuda stealing possession. It goes to ground. Bermuda should have this possession. Got to move the USA boys out of. Oh, and yes, he was reaching around the side. And we've got little fisticuffs. Something's going on. And stuff still going on over the side. Bermuda ain't taking no nonsense from anybody. No punches being thrown, just a lot of handbags. Just a lot of handbags, a lot of shouting back and forth. It's very difficult in a situation like that when things are going on all over the place to see what's going on. So referee's having a talk with Bermuda first. having a talk with Darren Richardson, who seems to have been the catalyst in all of that. Him and his opposite number have been going at each other. So the referee's going to consult his touch judge to see what was going on. Definitely some tempers getting a little flared there. Again, Bermuda, they may be a little bit smaller. They're not taking any nonsense. So as long as any punches weren't thrown, and I don't think anywhere, there was just a lot of pushing and shoving and pulling. But the touch judge on this side, I'll call her Susan. I believe her name is Susan from Canada. Definitely has had a few decisions go against Bermuda at this time, so there's no indication of who they're looking at the moment. But nevertheless, the referee's having a good chat about it because there was a bit of a fracas going on. Not uncommon in rugby. It is a physical sport, and sometimes people do things that are unsavory, and you have to let them know. So as the referee sorts things out, I'm sure the time has stopped. I make it maybe another 5 minutes or so before the half. And Bermuda still holding in there. The last time these two teams met was in the United States. Bermuda went over for a warm-up game, and it was a very close game. I think we lost 36-35, but it was a World Cup qualifier for us, and we used it as a practice game and vetted a lot of players, so we made a lot of changes during that game. So hopefully this Bermuda side, who've been training and working together for a while now, are going to be a little bit more in tune with each other. So the referee now is going to have a word with Chris Naylor, who's vice captain, acting captain, as Mr. Duckley, Peter Duckley's off, and the USA captains and players who the referee deemed was in the mix. He's reaching in his pocket. He may not pull a card out, but he's definitely giving them a stern warning. Any more nonsense, somebody's going walking. So Bermuda can't afford to go down another player. Red. Oh, it's a double red card. Number 4. Oh, so the USA gets a number 4 off. So, and Bermuda gets a number 3 off. So they're now going to have to play with, USA is playing with the same amount of men. It's a 13-a-side game now as the Bermuda. But Bermuda has a yellow card and USA has a yellow card. So we have 2 red cards, 2 yellow cards. That means the USA will be starting the second half, if my timing is correct, short 1 man. So we'll have a, sorry, yes, USA, short 1 man. And Bermuda will be missing a prop. So the referee's assistants, the touch judges, did see something in there, a few punches and elbows. And was number 7, I believe, the captain. Was it number 7 who's off, got sent off? And number 6, the flankers. So this could make number 7 still in the park. And it's number 6. And I'll have to find out the other number in a minute. But they are in the sin bin. Oh, he's in the sin bin and 1 sent off. So it'll be interesting the second half. If not, see if Bermuda can capitalize on this now. There are 2 key players. Flankers are very, very key to a game. And Andre, pushes this one a little short and pushes it right this time and wide. So Andre's not having a good day with the boot. Not having a very good day at the boot at all. So we'll see how those players factor into the play of the USA and Bermuda. We do have Big Dan Richardson taking a little bit of contact there, driving forward. Yep. A little bit of an offside there by Bermuda, by the US. Oh, playing on, it's knocked forward. Referee says play on. No advantage to Bermuda. Knock on by the USA. Referee Chris Naylor there trying to ask for a deliberate knock on, which would have resulted in a penalty. The referee says no, it wasn't. The referee's assistant said no, it wasn't. So Bermuda will get this scrum. So we have our flanker and number 8. So we've had to shuffle around people a bit. Conor McGlynn taking over the number 8 position because we've had a prop and flanker go off, and Bermuda win that one. The ball comes back. Just losing their footing, going to ground. Still got our intact front row. Mr. Thomas Greenslade, moves into the hooker position after playing, which is his traditional position, after playing flanker, starting as flanker. And it's a little bit of a box kick by Thomas Healy. And the USA fielded and moved the ball. And they put it wide right into a lot of empty space. Very casual, Antonio. Very casual running. The referee said it touched a spectator, so it'll come all the way back. This is Antonio Parent-Chief, his first national squad game, so maybe just a little bit nervous and casual getting back to that ball. The USA flanker definitely about the same size as Antonio, maybe a little bit bigger, but not too much. Definitely fleet of foot, got a little bit of pace on him. So definitely Bermuda can't afford to allow him any space or let him get into any space. Good clean catch there by Aldo Warren. Bermuda in possession, driving the ball forward. U.S. player. Oh, and a good angle by Tomo Yawis is met by 3 USA players. Bermuda trying to move that ball to Andre Landy. Very strong, hard runner, Andre Landy. And Bermuda still in possession. Oh, and Mr. Parent-Chief just spills that, but still a penalty to Bermuda. Penalty to Bermuda. The good movement of the ball there, just knocked it forward, Antonio. Looks like it's a minute to the end of the game after all those 2 players getting red carded. So Chris Naylor gonna get the kicking duties again, and it's knocked forward. Andre Landy gets a boot to it. There was no advantage from the knock forward. No advantage there. Ball was knocked on. And another box kick. Tom Healy with a chance. And Mike Williams over in the corner. Unlikely receiver of that ball, Mike Williams. A prop in support of his hooker after a couple of missed catches by the USA team trying to field that ball. A little unlucky on their behalf. All started from a missed knuckle one down on the side here, but Bermuda will put under some pressure. And they move forward now. The first score for Bermuda by Mickey Williams. So the score now is 10 points to the USA South, 5 points to Bermuda with the kick to come. Andre hopefully has got his distance and his bearings. Great support there by the prop from Bermuda. Oh, prop slash hooker from Bermuda. He's wearing number 2. but he's actually propping right now because of the sin binning of our prop. Two good box kicks by Tom Healy created all of that. Just put the USA under a bit of pressure. Poorly fielded. And it's a nice kick by Andre, and it's well done. And Bermuda back in this game with the score. Bermuda 7. Sorry, USA South 10, Bermuda 7. We're just a penalty, 3 points in it. Should be an interesting, like I said, second half with 2 players being sin binned. So each team's going to be playing with 14. Once their 2 players come back on. Oh, and a terrible kick by the USA. Bermuda like to field it. Hoping to get some advantage there. A little early there. Oh, the big hit. Met the ball at the same time, and looks like the tacklers, he felt the worst of that. Not the Bermuda player that was tackled. He's still on the ground. He's feeling his blows. Bermuda coming up very fast. A forward pass there. And Bermuda in possession. No, they're still struggling for the ball. Yes, Bermuda in possession. Chris Naylor going down the far side. Still in possession. The back's calling for the little flat. Darren Richardson into contact. Big, strong Darren. Big, strong legs. Bermuda going forward. USA player in the way. Yes, penalty awarded to Bermuda. Penalty awarded to Bermuda. So referee looking at his clock. It couldn't be, I think he said it was a minute left. So the time must be running out. He might take their chances at a kick. The kicking into the wind. Peter Dockley is back on the park. So Bermuda have the more bodies, the player advantage at the moment. We have 14 players to the United States, 13 players. And it looks like Bermuda is going to, with Andres Landy's boot, he's probably buoyed by that last kick of his. He's going to fancy his chances of, I would say, a 42-3-yard kick, but from the angle he's kicking at, maybe about a 48-yard kick. Still doable. It's most likely that the whistle will be going for halftime right after this, and Bermuda have a time to recoup. So still in this. After the United States jumping to a 10-0 lead, Bermuda come back in the last 5 minutes. Scoring a converted try. Andre Landy with a boot. Looks like it's going to be a little short, yes. Into the hands of the fly. And he knows the time has run out, so he catches it and kicks it. And that will be the half. So at the half, very interesting, the last 2 minutes there. A little bit of a disagreement by players of the park. A few handbags were thrown, and Bermuda got the best of it. 2 players get sin binned, and 2 players get sent off, 2 red cards, and 1 sin binning in the United States, 1 red card in Bermuda. So Bermuda still hanging in there. Still a lot of rugby to be playing here at the National Sports Center. You are watching Bermuda versus the USA South Caribbean Championship Qualifier here at the National Sports Center. Bermuda 7 points, USA South 10.